Hello, welcome to BitBoy Crypto. My name is Ben. Every day on this channel, I show you how to make money in cryptocurrency. And if you like money, which I know that you do, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you don't get a case of the BitBoy FOMO, which is a terrible disease. You may have to get that treated at a doctor. But today, guys, we're going to be talking about a lot of interesting things. Donald Trump, the president of the United States, or at least most of our presidents, some people say he's not their president, has now gone bullish on blockchain. What does this mean? We're going to be taking a look at that. We're also going to be taking a look at several stories, including JP Morgan standing behind Bitcoin. Weird. Checking out Atari, Uniswap. We're going to be taking a look at Lead Token. What exactly Lead Token is, it has absolutely exploded over the last month. We're going to be taking a look at their wallet. And as well, we're going to be taking a look at how you can make a bunch of money trading without even knowing what the heck you're doing. I mean, how can it get any better than that? But this is BitBoyCrypto.com behind me, by the way. You guys don't even know this exists, probably. But this is my news website. We're actually in the middle of a giant rebrand and relaunch on this. It should be done hopefully by the end of this week, but we do have Satoshi Nakamoto is writing stories for us now. Very respected journalist in the space. He also is a cat. But anyway, so we're going to be doing a lot of stuff with BitBoyCrypto.com. We're about to be onboarding a lot of new writers. So we're going to be covering a couple stories from BitBoy Crypto. You can also sign up for our newsletter list at the bottom of this page. So before we get to two stories we're going to be covering from BitBoyCrypto.com, I do want to tell you guys about our contest we're doing on Rarible. We've only got 7 cards left here. Basically, once all of these cards are gone, we're going to do a new release next week. It's going to be really exciting. We've got some really cool cards coming, collectibles, rare than ever, cooler than ever. But if you get one of these cards, you're going to have the opportunity to win 5 ETH, 3 ETH, or 2 ETH. We're basically going to be doing a drawing. We're going to do it live on Tuesday. So definitely make sure you head on over to Rarible and check out the BitBoy Crypto collection. Make sure you look for the yellow verified check mark. So let's move on. Let's look at this story right here. So Donald Trump, well, more specifically his administration, now is saying that blockchain leads the way in the war against the tech arms race. So right here it goes on to say the Trump administration stated that distributed ledger technologies, or DLT as it's known, one of the technologies behind crypto and blockchain, leads the way in its strategy for withholding dominance against China and Russia technologically. Now, we've been telling you guys this for a while. The fact is, we are in a war with China. There is no question about it. Russia is kind of, hovering out there in orbit, but we are in a straight-up war with China. It is going to get bigger, and it is going to get really crazy. Who knows? There may actually be a military conflict. There's all kinds of stats to say it does point to that. But, are we in this place in modern society where, it's going to be fought more on a technological front than an actual, military war conflict? Very, very possibly. So there's definitely a lot of very significant things in this article. It talks about how the military is examining how to use blockchain or DLT for combat operations. Pretty crazy. I definitely think this is something we need to monitor, something we need to keep in mind, is that, yes, it looks like the Trump administration could be, turning on what they believe blockchain and its role is going to be. What does this actually do for the price of crypto and Bitcoin? I'm not really sure, but it does go to legitimize it a little bit more, I believe. So speaking of legitimizing Bitcoin, we do have JP Morgan calling Square's investment of $50 million a strong vote of confidence. Now, you may know JP Morgan as a flip-flopper, okay? I like some flippies myself, because they've gone back and forth on whether or not they think Bitcoin is good. On one day you'll have something they come out with and say it's good. Some days they'll come out and say it's bad. And I think this really goes to just show the Wall Street manipulation. You guys know that they are invested into Bitcoin for sure. This is not the only company that flip-flops. We've seen Warren Buffett flip-flop on what he thinks. We've seen Jamie Dimon, who is behind JP Morgan, go on to say very similar things. One day he's calling it terrible, the next day he's calling it great, and things like that. So it does say here, though, that, in this article we talk a little bit about MicroStrategy, which is another company along with Square, who has put in a ton of money inside of crypto, Bitcoin, blockchain, the whole 9 yards. Speaking about a bunch of money, you guys should check out CopyCat. Okay, this is not a paid review here, but you can see if you do use my link that's down in the description, you can be my first referral. Look at that, 0 referrals. You can be my first. Now, if you don't know what CopyCat is, we've talked about it on the channel a decent amount. This is basically where you can copy traders. So if you want to sign up for like Bybit, you guys know we're having a big Bybit promotion right now. Put the details up on the screen for that, on how you can sign up and get $300 if you're interested in trading. But a lot of you guys don't know how to trade, and that's okay. You can actually, we talked about a great strategy to make money in the past is doing what successful people are doing. You don't even really have to understand it. If you can follow something that works, follow a strategy, and that is what CopyCat is. So this is cat.trade. Cat X token obviously goes along with this. You guys may know this started out as, Profit Sniper with Keith Waring, and it's really developed, a pretty good bit. But what this does when you sign up is $20 to sign up, by the way. $20, you sign up, you get access to this, which will show you everyone's trades, all the top traders on the site, what they're doing, how they're making money. Okay, so I see Gimbot ETH right here. He's doing pretty good. You can see up 124%, like I said. But how do you actually follow them? Well, they actually need a little bit. They're going to be changing the UI just a little bit, but you have to go all the way over here to following. See, because there's nothing over here. But if you come over here, all you got to do is click it. So you click follow, and then boom. You're going to be able to see all their trades. You have to link a Bybit account. So if you don't have a Bybit account, then make sure that you do that by signing up for our promotion. But basically, you're going to go Bybit. You're going to get your API key, private key, give your account a nickname. And just like that, you'll be able to follow all of their trades and see exactly what they're doing. And that is an easy way to be able to make money trading without necessarily knowing how to trade. Now, you do need to understand how to protect yourself and not get wrecked. So make sure that you are using stop losses and being safe at all times. But you can basically do that. You can follow any of these traders here. There might be one you see like, oh, he had a great day, but overall he's not doing that great. That's why they put the ROI per day, ROI for 7 days, ROI for 1 month, and then since the start. So you can track their overall strategy. Copy traders, it's CopyCat. That's how you can make big money. In other news, we have Atari launching a cryptocurrency along with its new gaming console. I mean, how cool does that look? If you're into gaming or even if you're not, that looks pretty cool. So, but here's the thing, guys. Atari is going to be coming out with the Atari token. Now, I actually believe that Atari is also putting out some cards soon, I think. Something like that. I think they're going to be doing some NFTs as well. Because I actually had a very interesting meeting yesterday with Wax about some BitBoy collectible stuff we might be doing with Wax, and it might be pretty big. That's all I'm going to say. We might be the first people to do something that we're going to do, which is not that crazy because we're already doing the first NFT comic book, which the cover art for that will be out soon, and it is sick nasty. You're going to love it. But yeah, so Atari still making moves in the video game world, in the blockchain world, but they are going to be launching their own cryptocurrency, the Atari token. DeFi boom makes Uniswap the most sought after crypto exchange. Now, look, guys, we talk about this all the time, as you know. We talk about Uniswap, how big it is, whatever. Here's what's significant. This is on Bloomberg.com. Okay, this is not, just some random, crypto site. Bloomberg is now talking about crypto, about Uniswap. I'm actually going to be on Bloomberg TV, on cable, on the 24th, I believe, and I think maybe tonight or tomorrow I'm going to be on Fox Business. Let me find the image real quick and pop that up on the screen. I will be on cable in the next couple of weeks, twice, talking about SoMe, decentralization, and censorship. So yeah, we're going to be on Fox Business at 10:30 p.m. Pacific time on October 19th. And then on October 24th, we're going to be on Bloomberg at 3 p.m. PST on the 24th. So definitely check that out. We talked a lot about it's a very interesting interview. You're definitely going to want to check it out. All right, lastly, guys, we want to talk about Lead Token. Now, this is a sponsored review, so thank you to Lead Token for supporting the channel. So first thing we're going to do is look at some of the numbers with Lead Token because this is pretty interesting. As you guys can see right now, price is up 30%. This is recorded in the morning time, so it has had a strong pump here. So here we go, guys. It's ranked 1005 here on CoinGecko. If you go to CoinGecko and click on lead token, you'll be able to find their Reddit, Twitter, Telegram, and their Medium page. So some of the numbers over here come in. The market cap 677,000, so very, very low. Doesn't take a lot for it to move. The circulating supply 454 million tokens, about 50% or thereabouts of the tokens. About 45% of the tokens are circulating right now. Trading volume 441,000. So you guys see there's a lot of trading volume compared to the market cap. So definitely something interesting to check out. Right now, the price of lead is coming in at about, 1/10 of a penny, between 1/10 and 1/15 of a penny. It's actually 1/15 of a penny is what it is, right? Is that right? No, that is totally incorrect. It's 0.0015. How about that? It's almost 1/5 of a penny. It's in between 1/5 and 1/10 of a penny. So I hope that math was very confusing to you, because it was to me too. I hate seeing a lot of dots and zeros, okay? I like it when the price is $1, like a stable coin. It's easy math. But anyways, guys, so checking out the chart here, you guys can see over the last hour, it's down 16%. Now look at this pump here. Being down 16%, but still having this kind of pump is pretty incredible. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, BitBoy, you're pumping and dumping on us here with this token. Well, I actually don't own any of these tokens, absolutely zero. So no, I'm not doing that. But the thing is here is it had a massive run up this morning, but it's actually fell back a little bit. So if we click on the 24-hour chart here, you will see it was pumping for about the last, 8 hours or so. And then it went up, crashed down. Somebody sold, obviously. And then the price now is on a rebound. But overall, what we want to look at is when we click on the all-time chart, basically, for it. Of course, when it launched, it dropped. It's about to challenge all-time highs again. It's about to challenge where it was launched originally. And once it hits that, then, of course, we get into price discovery. And then who knows where it could possibly go from there. But look at the volume. Volume has been really, really increasing. You see when it started, it had some excitement. Fortunately, it dropped around the time that DeFi kind of fell off for a while. Now it looks like it's back on the way up. So definitely something to look at. In the last 30 days, it's up 165%. In the last 14 days, it's up 200%. Since it launched, it's almost back up to its launch price, which I don't know if you guys know. I've been involved in some sales and some different things in the past, and usually these projects don't recover their launch price very quickly, and this to have done it in almost a month is definitely pretty impressive. So okay, we talked about a token, but what is Lead token? It goes with the Lead wallet. So it's the world's simplest crypto wallet with DeFi access. You can link it up to Uniswap. That's actually how you connect your MetaMask. That's how you do the staking with this project. You connect your MetaMask, stake Lead tokens, and earn daily rewards. Withdraw earned rewards anytime. Unstake your lead tokens at any time, or lead tokens, excuse me. I want to say lead. I don't know why. Earn extra rewards by referring new members. So they also have a referral piece to this as well. Here is a little bit about, here's a demo from the wallet. We're actually going to click on a video here in a second. We're going to watch that. This is a little bit about how the wallet works, the ecosystem, and things like that. Here's their roadmap with all their different phases. They don't necessarily have dates on it, which is pretty interesting. Definitely an interesting way to do it. So we're going to go ahead and click on this. I'm going to let this play in the background while I give you guys a little bit more information about the token. Okay, guys, so this is going to be showing you guys a demo. This is a video that Lead made. It only has 72 views on their channel. I suspect that probably this video will get more than 72 views. I don't know. Call me crazy. But basically, some things about Lead Project. The team raised 993 ETH in partnership with Lid. You guys know we love Lid. We love projects that work with them. They are definitely a lot of legit projects are working with Lid. Is locked liquidity, which is great. So, the team is well funded, and they did it the right way, which is cool. Also, the team takes marketing really serious, and that's obviously important. As you know, hey, crypto's hype. If your project is not marketing and cannot, collect that hype, then they're not going to be able to be successful. You check out the wallet in this video, in the UI, you see it's very smooth. The UI is really great. It looks like it's, very professionally designed and things like that. Now, when it comes to the supply, 10% of the total supply and around 25% of the circulating supply is staked right now. It's staked in less than 48 hours. It was staked. So you guys know that this is like a deflationary token, and that's great when it comes to the monetary supply and the tokenomics. 30% of Lead Wallet's quarterly profit will be used to buy back and burn a Lead token until about 30% of the supply is left. So you guys know that there's a lot of stuff about this project that looks good, the staking rewards, and most importantly, this is a project we can trust. We do know they did it the right way with Lid. Their app is officially launching this month, and I think the hype on this one has really just started. I think that they're going to continue to do more marketing, do more things. They're going to have news articles, AMAs, and a lot of things. The team's also going to be buying and burning some tokens before the end of November and December, which will increase the value, of course. But once again, thank you to Lead Token for sponsoring this segment of this video. We certainly appreciate it, and I think that this is one to keep your eye on. But let me know, what do you guys think about this project? What do you think about all the projects we covered today? That's all I got. Be blessed. BitBoy out.